Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Welcome once again to Kahului Hongwanji Buddhist Temple's online YouTube Sunday service. Today's service is for January 9th, 2022. So it's been a little while since we've met together on YouTube for our Sunday services. We've had a bit of a vacation, and now it's the new year, 2022, and we're getting back to our regular services. Unfortunately, with the Omicron variant that's going around and with pretty high numbers here in Maui, we will probably have to be cutting back on our Sunday in-person services, which we were hoping to get back to. But anyway, that's the way it goes, so we'll just have to play it by ear, week by week. But anyway, we're back here on YouTube. So thank you so much for joining us. And today's service is just, as I said, our regular family service. So we have already begun with the calling bell, the Kansho. And now we will move on to the Vandana and the Tisarana, which is the praising the Buddha and the Buddha's enlightenment and taking refuge in the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Following that, we will chant Gassho to Amida, and then recite the golden chain of love. After that, I will share a Dharma message with you, and then we will recite or chant the Metta, the loving kindness meditation, followed by the singing of the Nembutsu. And then I'll have some closing words and announcements for you. So thank you once again for joining us today, and let's begin our service by reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Sama Sambuddhassa. Homage to him, the exalted one, the enlightened one, the supremely awakened one. Bhutang saranang gacchami, dhammang saranang gacchami, sanghang saranang gacchami. I go to the Buddha for guidance. I go to the Dharma for guidance. I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namanda, Namanda. joy and gratitude.
gratitude. I Gassho to Amida, trees and grasses and flowers all grow in great compassion. This light shines throughout the world. I Gassho to Amida. Flowers bloom and flowers fall. From the seed sprout new flowers. This is the truth unchanging. I Gassho to Amida. Springtime brings the happy birds. Their songs all praise Amida. I join them in Nembutsu. I Gassho to Amida. When I call Amida's name, it's Amida calling me. Buddha's voice, my voice are one. I Gassho to Amida. When I'm lonely, I recite Namo Amida Butsu. Then I feel great compassion. I Gassho to Amida. Nembutsu in work and play, every day with Amida. Every moment filled with light. I Gassho to Amida. Remember the golden chain, kindness to all living things. I will follow this teaching. I Gassho to Amida. In the clear bright morning sun, in the fading light of day, in the darkness of the night, I Gassho to Amida. Namo Amida Butsu. I live in great compassion. This great power guides my life. I Gassho to Amida. Namandabu, 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 Namandabu. The virtue of Amida's vow is shared equally by all, together attaining awakened mind. We are born in the land of peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namanda, Namanda, Namanda.
Golden Chain of Love. I am a link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try to be kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do pure and beautiful deeds, knowing that on what I do now depends not only my happiness or unhappiness, but also that of others. May every link in Amida Buddha's golden chain of love become bright and strong, and may we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. At this time, I'd like to share some thoughts about the Buddhist teaching with you. So would you please join me as we begin by reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu. Well, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're all enjoying the holidays, or have been enjoying the holidays, and were able to spend a lot of time with family and friends. After the long isolation we've all been going through due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and for many people not really being able to fully celebrate the holidays these past 2 years, it is wonderful that we are beginning to be able to gather together again with our loved ones and friends. And even though the pandemic is not yet over, and we have this new Omicron variant going around, we do have more safeguards than we did before, and it seems as though the virus is becoming a little less severe in its impact if we do contract it. These developments are allowing our lives to go back a little more towards normal. They are saying that we have to have a new normal now, but I'm not sure what that really means. Human beings need to gather together in person, not just online, and we need to do this in order to remain human. So I hope that we can go back to some essential old normal things, not necessarily new normal, because those old normal things, I think, are indispensable to everyone's life and to our physical and mental health. Today I have a very brief reflection to share with you as we are beginning the new year. So every New Year's Eve, as the old year comes to an end and the next year is born, we tend to have feelings of sadness for the time that has passed, and the dreams and hopes that we have not, or sometimes have been realized. The new year and the passing of the days and months of the previous year remind us of the Buddhist truth of impermanence and teach us that there is nothing in the world that we can hold on to. Everything we think that we possess or control turns out to be a wisp of smoke that eventually dissolves into the air. And when we realize impermanence, our failures and imperfections become clear to us, and all the fulfillments that we hoped our achievements and attainments would bring us are revealed to be incomplete and ultimately unsatisfying. The evidence for this is that we always find ourselves wanting more. We human beings are never really satisfied, and even when our heart's desire is granted, our heart's desire turns out to be not quite enough. So at each year's end, we turn our hopes to the new year. We sing Auld Lang Syne, which is a song about kind of the sadness of time passing, of what is lost. So that's everyone realizes that about the new year, that impermanence. So when the year ends, we turn our hopes to the new year, and we make resolutions that we hope will make this new year better. This year, we say, I will be a better person. This year, I will develop more discipline. I will work harder for myself and my family. I will perfect myself in my life more, so that this new year will bring the fulfillment of my hopes and dreams. But this new year, of course, this new year that's coming, or that has already begun, is also subject to the law of impermanence. And no matter how much success I may achieve in my endeavors, true happiness will elude me. So long as I am seeking happiness only for myself, to find meaning in our lives, we need to rethink who we really are. And we need to ask ourselves, what am I living for? The most fundamental teaching of the Buddha is the doctrine of interdependent origination, or we can just say interdependence. That's easier. Interdependence doesn't only mean that things are connected together. People have always understood that truth of the interconnectedness of things to one degree or another, and today it is an essential element in the natural sciences. In particular, to understand the natural environment is impossible without seeing the interconnections between living beings, one with another, and with the forces that drive and shape the earth. The basic understanding of interdependence shows us that we are affected by everything that happens on this planet. And we affect what happens through our own actions. Unfortunately, as we human beings have become more and more selfish and destructive, we have developed that power to cause terrible harm to all other beings, including ourselves. So interdependence teaches us in a very basic way that our actions really do matter. Since we have been blessed with a consciousness and an awareness of this, we are responsible. We become responsible for what happens not only to ourselves and to those immediately around us, but to everyone, to all beings on this earth. However, the Buddhist teaching of interdependence is more than just an explanation of the interconnectedness of all things. Interdependence allows each of us to see that the cause of our existence at every moment arises from the existence and actions of others, of everyone else. It awakens in us then the spirit of humility and gratitude as we begin to realize that we are only able to exist at this moment, right now, because of all the life that has existed before us and all who nurture and support us in the present moment. Interdependence causes us to become aware of our debt to one another and to respond with appreciation and kindness towards them. It destroys interdependence. The realization of interdependence destroys our demanding habit of assuming that others are in debt to us. Our habit, it gets rid of our habit of blaming and judging others. So when we think of the new year, we often think of New Year's resolutions. Sometimes our resolutions are really very sincere and are based on a real awareness of our own imperfections. This kind of resolution can be a very good thing, and though we shouldn't become discouraged if we fail at them repeatedly. We human beings are kind of hardwired to look out for our own survival and to put ourselves first. No matter how hard we try, it's really hard to be completely unselfish. The important thing is that we deeply realize this about ourselves. It's very easy for me to feel like I am a good person by simply finding someone else who I think is not good to compare myself with. I believe in my own goodness, so I can ignore my own cruelty and selfishness and unkindness, and I can enjoy criticizing and demeaning others. In Buddhism, this is called the discriminating mind or the judgmental mind. This understanding is rooted in the Buddhist teaching of impermanence because all of us are completely dependent on one another to exist, and so our judgments of each other are always, our judgments of others are always an attempt to place myself above and separate from other beings. A Buddhist New Year's resolution is a challenge to oneself to be more deeply human, and it can be a way of healing this tendency and bringing us back to reality. It can make me see myself with true honesty in relation to others. This teaching of interdependence makes us aware of our relationship with the world. On the one hand, I might think that through my own actions, I can change or create my own destiny in the world. However, there are infinite causes and conditions over which I have no control. If I base my life on this kind of thinking, I may be able to delude myself that I am the author of my own life. Whether I will experience happiness and joy is debatable. On the other hand, to realize that my destiny is something I share with others can give me a completely different view of myself and of the world. It is a view in which I live through and with others, sharing in community the joy of life that arises when we embrace responsibility for the happiness and well-being of everyone. Interdependence teaches us this, to embrace responsibility for the happiness and well-being of everyone. So in the light of the Buddhist teaching of interdependence, please think about what kind of New Year's resolution you would like to make in 2022. So as we continue this coming year of 2022, in appreciation for the gift of life it will bring, may we also learn to appreciate every new day with the same gratitude and hope. May we all learn to live our lives with confidence, compassion, and wisdom, so that our actions will create many future New Years filled with peace and happiness for all beings. With that aspiration in mind, I would like to ask you now to join me, or join us, as we recite the Metta, or the loving kindness meditation, which is following on the video next. Metta is an ancient Buddhist practice in which we aspire, we make the aspiration to that love, compassion, and peace and well-being will come to all beings, beginning with myself, through my closest family and friends, to those distant and unknown, even to those we like, and also especially to those we don't like, our so-called enemies. So we wish peace, harmony, and happiness to all beings. So thank you very much for joining me today, and once again, Happy New Year, and let's put our hands together in Gassho as we recite the Nembutsu, and then we will recite the Metta. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May I be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to me. May I live in peace and harmony. May my family be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my teachers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my friends be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May strangers be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May my enemies be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. May all beings be happy and well. May no harm or difficulties come to them. May they live in peace and harmony. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today as we have returned for our YouTube services in this new year of 2022. And I just have a few announcements for you today. Due to our COVID Omicron numbers, we are temporarily canceling our planned in-person services and activities, at least for a couple of weeks. We'll see what happens. Hopefully we will be able to return for our Honko Shinran, which is Shinran Shonin Memorial Service, and Family Gratitude Remembrance as an in-person service here in the temple on January 23rd. Of course, we will have the YouTube video as well. And so stay tuned for more information, or give the temple a call if you are interested and if you would like to find out more about that. Also, we have our regular classes which are continuing on YouTube, so please check with us on those. You can either give us a call or check our website. So we are planning to have our Kahului Hongwanji general meeting and installation of officers on Sunday, February 20th, following the Sunday service, and hopefully that will be able to be an in-person service. That's all the way in February. We did push it back. Normally it is in January, but we did push it back to kind of ensure, or with kind of hoping, that we'll be able to have that kind of important part of our church year, having our general meeting and so on. But otherwise, Happy New Year, everyone, and thank you so much once again, and I hope today's service was meaningful to you all. Thank you so much. Let's conclude by putting our hands together in Gassho and reciting the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida.